Yeah, just the two.
What do you like about bringing those guys in?
Well, you know, we felt, and I think I mentioned previously that we were looking to upgrade our depth at forward. We like our depth in goal. We like our depth in defense, and you know, we've been carrying 12 forwards for a while, and they've played well. But you always worry with 20 games to go if hockey happens and injuries and things like that. That you know, you just want to make sure you've covered everything off. And the two guys we brought in are different players, but can play similar roles in a way. Grant is probably a little more versatile. He can play either wing. He can play center. He's pretty good hands around the net. But he's been, you know, an elite penalty killer, good on face-offs, just a really smart player. And Nate Thompson is a veteran player, another player that has good experience in this league, can win face-offs. In particular, he's very strong on the right side. Ideally, you like right shot centermen to take face-offs on the right side, but I think he's third best in the league, if I'm not mistaken, for left-handed shots on the right side. So that gives us another element there where maybe we can spell G a little bit on some of the PKs, on some of those face-offs. He's a gritty player, plays hard, and again, another great teammate. So we like our team. We liked our team before today. Our players have earned the right not only to have some additions at the trade deadline, but also, for the most part, to keep their roles. And we weren't looking to overhaul our team. We weren't looking to make dramatic changes. To me, the summer's the best time to do that. We made a lot of dramatic changes, I thought, last summer in terms of the number of players we brought in. And this was more about depth, character, experience, specific roles, and you know, and Grant gives us some flexibility.
Did somebody in the leadership group approach you about that? Because Elaine said something similar about the veteran group here, kind of like wanting to see that a little bit of extra help it didn't take off your roster.
They usually talk to AV about that. No, again, I think they look. Our team's gotten better all season long. I remember speaking to many of you before the season, and you know, you're always a little bit worried about the first half of the season when you have new players, a new coach, new system, coming off a tough year. And I thought we got through the first half pretty well. Certainly some ups and downs. Our road play in particular wasn't very good. But the second half, to me, it looks like we're playing better. You know, we're defending really well. Even our road play has been, for the most part, a lot better. Sometimes our starts still aren't great. That's something we still have to figure out. But both our goalies are playing well. So, you know, our players have done everything we've asked of them. I think they're excited about where we're at. Again, there's so many teams right behind us and right in front of us. But, you know, I think we've given ourselves a chance that if we play our game, you know, we're going to be in a good spot.
Grant has 14 goals and he's played some power play this year. But he's also a guy who's absorbed, I think, 70% of his 5-on-5 shifts in the defensive zone starts. Do you see his role shifting a little bit more, you know, a little bit closer, more of a, you know, a balance there in terms of his defensive responsibilities versus offensive?
You've been hanging with our data people. Yeah, he's an interesting guy because he's had some pretty good offensive success when he's been given a chance to, I believe. But he's also been asked to have some tough assignments. I mean, ultimately that'll be up to AV. And again, that's part of what we like about him. If he ends up being a fourth line player, he can handle that. He's also a guy that can play up in the lineup, you know, from time to time. And all I know is that everything's so unpredictable. We can sit here today and say this is what our team's going to look like, and it could be different Wednesday. Everybody in here knows that we're carrying 12 forwards, and you hope for the best, but sometimes things happen. And just to have guys that can move around the lineup, we've seen that from a lot of our players, Lawton, Raffle. A lot of these guys can do different roles when asked, and Grant is another one of those players.